In your 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, you deserve to live your best life. Say goodbye to preconceived notions and let's shatter those stereotypes together. Get ready to own your vitality, because age, well, that's just a number.
Warm up.
Warm up and train smart.
Yeah.
And so if I'm even, if you're training and you're not maybe feeling it and you're in the body, if your body's feeling like it's like lagging behind, you're not feeling maybe you're well warm, maybe do a longer warm up.
Yeah.
Or if you're getting into the workout and you're going, you know what, this just isn't happening. Maybe I didn't drink enough water, then have the common sense to pull it back.
The whole point of warming up is just that. When you get to the gym, your muscles are cold. You're walking or whatever, but that's still not the same as putting your body under load and then requiring it to move that weight, whether you're doing squats or deadlift or bench press or flies, whatever. So the idea is start with a weight that's easy and manageable and do a reasonable amount of reps. Like, I warm up with usually somewhere around 10 to 12 reps. At a weight that I can easily do 10 to 12 reps with.
Yeah.
And then you can gradually increase the weight from there. But to come in cold and then just basically the equivalent would be to get in your car. It's less relevant in Victoria, but if I grew up in Edmonton, so let's say
to get into a
it would
really
be
cool
like
car.
Going to get in my car in the middle of winter, start it up and just put her right to the boards.
Right.
Not good.
No.
So same for your body. Make sure you take time to get the blood flowing.
You just want the blood flowing. You want the muscles warm.
And the other part of that,
warm.
and I think to go with that, that's just probably even more important. You want the ligaments to be kind of loosened up and warmed up and everything else like that. Because I think that's another thing that happens as you age is your ligaments are less, they like less being pulled around and thrown around.
Really?
How's that?
Yeah.
Without some kind of warm up for them. So.
And you know what? If you're someone who you haven't gone to the gym or ever, or you haven't gone in a while, I always say, you know what? Even to do an orientation with a personal trainer,
get a
just
coach,
so that they can show you correct form, because correct form means you know how to keep the body in proper alignment, so you're going to avoid injury.
Right. And it's like I've seen people at the gym over the years where somebody was doing I think they were doing dumbbell laterals, and I thought they were doing a calf exercise. They were putting so much oomph into the end of it to try and squeeze out some of it. And see, that's the thing. That's when you're likely to pull something in your calf because you're almost trying to jump off the ground to get your shoulders up higher. Know what is a correct weight. This is what we're talking about is weight lifting. It's not weight throwing. So if
no swing and momentum.
Right.
Swing and momentum doesn't get the weight up. Your muscles do.
Right.
So do it from a stationary stance.
Right. And I would say this. There's a place for cheating in your workout, but it's at a very experienced level when you've really exhausted it already and you know what you're doing. Arnold was famous for doing cheat curls.
Right.
At the end, though. Not just to look good so he could lift more weight.
Beginning, but it's at the end to try and squeeze out a couple more reps. You can let the form go so that you can.
But you still know what you're doing. It's not just right, and it's not ego lifting. I think that's the thing that happens sometimes is people get out there and it's like, oh, I want everybody to see how much weight I can lift.
Yeah.
Right? But you're not, remember, when you go to the gym, you're not there to compete with anybody.
No.
Right?
You only compete against you.
Yeah, you're going
against yourself.
Yeah, and you're going to create your physique.
Yeah.
Right? You're not going to try and be better than somebody else. You're trying to be better than you were yesterday or the week, whatever, when the last chest workout was. Know what the exercise works, what muscle the exercise works, and then make sure you're doing it so that it works that exercise, right? Arm curls are not a lower back exercise.
No.
And I say that because some people will swing it so that because they're trying to lift a weight that's too heavy for them, So they're not actually activating their arms. Maybe they'll feel a little bit,
Right.
but they're swinging it like this instead of doing an arm curl. So they're actually affecting more lower back
Then bicep.
than bicep.
Yeah.
So, we could probably cover any number of areas like that, right? Where
Yeah.
if you don't know exactly what it is you're supposed to be doing, and that goes with the whole mind and muscle connection, right? Because so much of your mental focus is vital to your muscle activation and muscle growth.
It is. It
Right?
really is. And so you have to attach the mind to it.
100%.
Yeah. I would often tell my training clients back in the day that if I can be just as effective doing a bicep curl without any weight attached to my hand if I'm putting that muscle mind
Right.
connection together where
Sure.
I'm flexing and I'm using time under tension and
Right.
I can be just as effective. And we actually know that as competitive bodybuilders with posing where you're putting your body into a certain pose and you're flexing,
Right.
can be exhausting.
It is exhausting. I say that yeesh because I remember at one competition I was hitting a pose, I think it was a back double bi pose, and you're standing there, you have to hold the pose until they say to move on.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there and I'm on the verge of a muscle cramp. I was
Yeah.
like, if you guys don't call something else any minute,
I'm gonna be stuck here.
And somebody's gonna have to come and
Yeah.
move me out of this.
Yeah.
So and there's a great example. That's an isometric form of muscle tension where I didn't lift anything.
No extra
Right.
weight. It was your own
But it
body.
required my brain
That's
to be
right.
fully connected with what I was doing. So,
Yeah.
so you need to know what the exercise is, the mechanics of the exercise, and the muscles that it is affecting, so you know you're doing it effectively, right? Progress gradually,
Yes.
right?
And I kind of paused and laughed because for some reason, a lot of people, they get on board, they get with the program, they get really excited, and they want to see the results yesterday. It
Yeah.
doesn't work that way.
Yeah, and especially if you're a new lifter or new to the gym or you haven't been in a while, what will happen is you'll see a quicker immediate response because your muscles are going to respond. Bang, hey, we've been under strain. But so instead of maybe going up 10 pounds on the next lift next week, you go up 25 or 30 pounds because you think, oh, I feel it, I'm feeling it, I can do this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But the thing that goes with that is your ligaments have to get stronger, your joints have to get stronger, all of you has to get stronger, right? And I think that's probably the thing that is a big challenge, at least I'm sure it is for girls too, but I know it is for guys, where you go into the gym, and still to this day, I have to go into the gym and I talk to myself sometimes and say, step away, you don't need to do this weight. And I track all my lifts, so everything is tracked, but I still have to step away sometimes. So gradual progress.
There's always got to be some rest days in there. And sometimes mentally, for me, those are the toughest days.
Yeah.
Because it's that mental thought process of I want to go in and do. Doing is progress. And what I learned over the years is rest is progress too.
Yeah, for sure.
The body needs the rest
Yeah.
to keep progressing.
Yeah, and if you don't get appropriate rest and recovery, what will happen is it's called overtraining, where your body, you'll start to get injured, you'll start to get tired, you'll start not enjoying your time in the gym, and you'll stop going. And I can tell you that because I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
Right?
I have
So
too.
rest and recovery is hugely important.
So don't have your chocolate bar and your pop before you walk into the gym.
Yeah, and a big part of that is stay hydrated while you're at the gym, right? A lot of times muscle cramps happen because you're dehydrated,
That's right.
Or maybe you have a lack of sodium or potassium in your diet. That all goes back to nutrition and hydration. So, at the gym, you should be drinking pretty well between every set. I drink between just about every set.
Water bottle is always right by me.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
And I bring one and I fill it up a few times.
It's hugely important. Ligaments, joints, just mobility issues, you need to have it together, right? Because, I think of my coach, and he makes a point. I see him in the gym at least twice, 3 times a week doing like just stretching, not even working out weights wise, just stretching. So it's pretty,
And I always did Monday to Friday in the gym, Saturday a hot yoga class,
Right.
and then Sunday was my rest day. And so that yoga class was for me that 60 or 90 minutes of stretching and
Right.
just getting into that. And I would do it every day in the
Sure.
gym for about 10 minutes too.
Yeah. And I try to stretch a couple of times a week. Mine is a time thing as well.
Yeah.
But I try to stretch a couple of times, 3 times a week, something like that. And that's probably, I could be better at it, but I'm going to work with what I've got. So same for all of you. Work with what you've got. But let's do some things so we don't get hurt. Stay healthy, right?
Injuries don't feel good.
Right. So thank you for joining us today. Again, if you haven't, please like and subscribe to the channel. Help us build this community. Join the community and be part of this group that we're building about health and fitness. So,
And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments. I love to see if anyone is curious or has a question, and we will talk about it.
yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
All right. Well, we'll see you next time. But don't forget,
Age is just a number.
age is just a number. See ya.